So it is once again time for another episode of the top Android apps. This is the April edition, so let's take a look at what's made it onto the list right after this. Alliance is one of the all-time classic games for a reason, mainly because it combines the best of the top RPGs you have ever played. What I like most about this game is that you have 10,000 different hero combinations, which really puts your skills to the test, and this means that you really have to work hard for your wins playing this game, unlike most other mobile RPGs. The game features real-time PvP, crazy giant bosses, never-ending hero combinations, and massive guild battles, and it's all finally on your mobile device. So what other game do you really need? Go to the first link down in the description below, download the game and get your 50,000 gold and 50 gems for free. If you're interested in supporting my channel, then that's definitely a super helpful way to do so. Up to now, installing a Pixel 2 launcher on your phone meant you had to sacrifice customizability. Well, that's now a thing of the past with Lean Launcher. This is a launcher based off of the rootless Pixel 2 launcher that is available on the GitHub repository, but this launcher in particular is actually available on the Google Play Store, and it also adds in a whole heap of extra customization options for making the setup look exactly how you want it to. So you still get the clean animations and functionality that make the Pixel 2 launcher so good, but you also get the ability to choose icon packs, to completely disable the Google search bar and at-a-glance widgets, to hide individual app icons, to remove that white gradient behind the navigation bar and dock, the ability to manually set whether or not the dark or light mode is activated, plus heaps more. If you then update to the debug version, which I recommend doing, you then also get access to the Google Now page to the left of the home screen. This launcher is now my only alternative to Nova Launcher, and if they introduced a paginated app drawer, then I'd most likely be all in. I will rarely ever go outside using Google Maps for anything related to navigation, but Citymapper is the first app to seriously challenge that. So it's a transit application, and this means it's designed more so for modes of transport that don't involve you driving a car, and you basically use the app to find the fastest route from A to B by combining buses, subways, trains, ferries, car shares, bike shares, and walking. Once you've selected your route, you can then follow the step-by-step directions to make sure you get exactly where you want to be, and the app also covers all of the little things as well. So for example, it'll give you the best subway to get out at when you reach the platform. You can also set favorite lines and routes for quick access for future use, but the application will also alert you when these lines and these routes are disrupted and are most likely going to slow your journey down. If you're someone who uses public transport a significant amount, then this app is definitely worth checking out. Sip is a super simple application that collates a range of interesting and relevant technology-related articles and presents them to you in a visually clean way that makes keeping up with all the latest tech news super fun and easy. So aside from the super creative name, the application basically presents to you once a day a whole heap of new technology-related articles. So whether this be about Elon Musk giving up Facebook or Netflix launching its own font, Sip has all the stories covered. The key here is that it's only once a day that the app updates, which means we're not necessarily going to be tempted to constantly scroll through a never-ending updating feed, but instead we check it once a day and then we're done. The app itself has a really simple and easy to use design and interface, and so if you're someone who likes keeping up with all the latest tech news, then I definitely recommend checking this one out. One of the key features that I look for in any icon pack I use within a setup is uniformity. So whether this be an overarching color palette or matching icon shapes, having uniformity in a set of icons really helps to keep a setup clean. Enter Fluxo Icon Pack. This is a really unique, visually stunning icon pack that I have no doubts will suit just about any setup they are used in. The icons themselves have this washed out color palette, which I love the look of, but are all placed inside this faded white circle, and this means that despite each icon being unique in design, each and every icon fits right in with the rest. On top of that, the icon pack has over 2,000 custom icons, so plenty of coverage there. So if you're looking for a new icon pack, this one is worth your while. For those of us interested in what's inside our smartphones, and in particular the sensors that are used, then Sensor X is a super handy application that showcases just that. The app will update in real time how each sensor is being used and changed as you move your phone around, and this means you're able to understand if there's a broken sensor in your phone, or whether your phone even has the right sensors for certain operations such as AR and so forth. Additionally, the app also lists off any device-specific information such as your IMEI, your device's model number, and your SIM card details as well, so if you need to quickly look up any of that sort of related information, now it's just within a single tap. The app itself is quite well designed for such a technical app, plus it's completely ad-free, which is very rare these days, so I can definitely recommend this app without any hesitation. In terms of mobile gaming, puzzle games like Puzzle-orama are probably up there as one of my favourite genres. The biggest issue with that though is that there are 1001 different puzzle games on the Play Store that it becomes really difficult to figure out which ones are good and which ones are garbage. So that's where Puzzle-orama fits in. Rather than just being a one type of puzzle game, it's actually a collection of several types of popular puzzle games all in the one app. So there's the Lines Linking game, the Colourfill puzzle, the Pipe game, the Unblock game, as well as several others, and not only are they addictive, they're also really well designed and implemented. As well as that, because there's such a variety of puzzles, it actually ends up that the game has over 2,400 levels to work through, so I'd suggest most people would find getting through every puzzle a pretty tall order. More puzzles are being added each time the app is updated, so having this wider range of puzzle games available all within the one application makes this a must-have download for puzzle game enthusiasts. Up until this point, I've always used ES File Explorer or the built-in file manager on my Android device to navigate through the different files and folders stored on my phone. The issue is you can't do enough in the built-in file manager, and ES File Explorer is hounded with ads and annoying pop-ups. This is where Solid Explorer comes in. As the name suggests, this is a well-designed, well-implemented File Explorer application that does its job and does its job well. It's got a great material design look and feel to it, which is important, and it's also filled to the brim with super useful functions and shortcuts to take your file exploring to the next level. So we've got features such as password protecting files and folders, dragging and dropping in between different panels, zip file creating, battery naming, shortcut creating, and these are all just to name a few. Plus, there's also a heap of customization options to really make the app look and feel the way you want it to. It is initially free on a 14-day trial, after which you have to pay a small fee to upgrade to the full version, but I'd say it's well worth it for how reliable and useful this application is. I've recently been getting more and more into the KWGT game, but it's become very apparent to me that there are only a small number of free widgets available for KWGT. As a result, the stock KWGT widget pack is a super great widget pack that not only features a whole heap of high quality widgets, but also comes completely and utterly free of charge. Each widget is designed with stock Android in mind, so you have a suite of widgets that resemble the vibe of the Pixel 2 widgets, and yet with such a wide variety of different widgets that it's really easy to find a whole range that suit just about any setup. It really is packed to the brim with heaps and heaps of different widgets, meaning if you're a minimalist or a stock Android fan, then you'll definitely find something that works in this widget pack. And finally, if you're an Android enthusiast, then you'll no doubt be aware that for each new version of Android, Google has hidden, not very well I might say, an Easter egg that is corresponded to the letter or name of that Android version. Up until now, the only way to see the older versions of these Easter eggs was to do a simple search online, but now with the Android Easter egg collection, you're able to manually navigate to and interact with each Easter egg on your own phone running any version of Android. So you can go all the way back to the Android Gingerbread Easter egg, which was a zombie artwork, or the first Easter egg game with Android Lollipop, plus every single other one as well. It's a fun, ridiculously simple application that Android enthusiasts will get a kick out of. But that is it for this episode. As always, links to each and every application will be included down in the notes below, so don't forget to go and check them out. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, or perhaps go one further and hit subscribe, and make sure you hit that little bell icon so you're notified each time I release a new video. But aside from that, that is it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will catch you later.